ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Boilermakers will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes offense will start this game off. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Caught behind the line. It's ball. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. To throw, it's Sayin. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if makes a catch, 1st down, and maybe a lot more. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. To the air on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's ball. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. And the Buckeyes are flying down the field. Just keeps slinging it. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like, they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
That's a good sight to see from this defense. Last week, they gave up a ton of points and lost. This week, get a deflection early. Hopefully see the ball a little bit better, play the passing game better. This defense definitely has to improve from what it was a week ago.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion. So Purdue's offense will go to work for the 1st time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just
turning it on. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's reeled in. It's McCoby. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. The Boilermakers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down on the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That last one leaves him 8 yards away from pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them...
Going over the top. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to...
He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Man, and that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that all...
Looking deep down the right side. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work.
Tell you what, coaches catch heat a lot nowadays, especially on social media. I expect him to catch a lot of heat. 4th down, long yardage situation on your own territory, and you want to go for it, and you fail, and you're surprised. You definitely shouldn't be surprised. Just don't check your mentions at all.
Man, you got to give credit to this defense in the sudden change situation. They barely had a chance to even blink. Just a second ago, they were on the sideline. The turnover, they got to take the field. They're on their own goal line, and a phenomenal job getting lined up, communicating, and making sure that that pass play fell incomplete.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. It's good, and that was dead solid proof. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for room. It's Peoples. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, the running back has it. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the back. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
Scanning the field, it's Sayin. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They thought good plan, but it did not work. Looking downfield comes the field goal unit. Just drives it between the uprights. The lead now 6 here in the second. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Boston College is up big right now, and what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Chestnut Hill for a long time. They're up 14 over SMU. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Phyllis?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Right on target this time.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender there closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him and get him to the ground for a minimum gain.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. They'll run the screen. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Lost to throw again. Finds his tight end. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. Almost a D-lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down. The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
3 yards. 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Finds his man. It's Tate. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle. It's Graham. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Got it in the middle. It's Tate. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll run play action. And the pass is incomplete on 4th down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. This offense starts deep in a hole. They'll run it from the gun. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Thomas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Thomas. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Couldn't pick it up on 2nd down. Now they need a couple on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Boilermakers decide to punt it away. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here comes the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Going for it all. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And the undisputed star of the half has been that lockdown corner. The coaches told us how good he was, but I almost think they undersold how impactful he would be. Ultra physical with 0 hesitation, And with hands like that, I wonder if they don't think about using him in the passing game at some point.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Pulls it, fire complete. Got room at the 35. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The Boilermakers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. From the gun, running back gets to give. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Punt is on its way. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And this offense is built around this kid. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense. And that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
Finds his man. It's Thurman.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The throw to the outside is complete. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Makes the grab, it's Smith. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go. Breaks into the open. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Off the RPO, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. The Boilermakers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And they can't make the connection.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
They booted away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Fires to the right. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. Unloads it downfield. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. The defender was right there. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for the big play. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Here's the hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team...
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The give to the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Boilermakers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. 3rd down play from the gun. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat, and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But that great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out, a little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a... He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this...
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Down to the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Using the quick game. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Now facing a 3rd and long. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Motion from the back. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Snags it. And he will score! Touchdown, Ohio State! A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. To the air on first down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. UConn has the lead right now. Husky hysteria has been palpable all week across the state, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Duke. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Fires on the move. Got him downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. He'll try to do it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The Boilermakers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Rushes on him. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Not much room to run. Give him 1 to the 7.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this third down. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Offense couldn't get anything going in rhythm there. They're just trying to give themselves some space. Couldn't come up with a completion on third down. Looks like they're going to be punting.
They'll keep the offense on the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Catch in the middle, it's Thurman. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And how about this offense, man? They put the ball in the hands of the guy they trust the most. Fourth down, needed conversion. You're wanting to salt this clock away. You want this game to end with you guys possessing the football. Big fourth down conversion.
Give as they work on that clock. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He tries to take the top off. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. Looks as if we have an in that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. They'll try the run. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football, they're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They got to stop this ground game.
There he goes. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll send the back in motion. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Looking to the big tight end. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. So the defense trying to protect the lead, but they could also put a punctuation mark on this thing and end it with a big turnover. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit...
going for it all. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Throwing on the run. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
Man, that stings. Your offense has a chance to salt the game away, run the clock out. You're trying to make a play. You decide to throw the football, which we can talk about that decision later on down the road, but you throw the INT. Now you better hope your defense bails you out.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The offense set for a 1st down play. To the ground with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Quickly to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer.